Hello and welcome to the Philippines. It is a Sunday and I am headed down to the E-Mall. Actually, I'm headed down to the South Bus Terminal in Cebu City to meet with Bud Brown. Many of you are familiar with him and his YouTube channel of many, many years. He is flying, he is taking a bus from Dumaguete City up to Cebu City. He's going to stay overnight here. He will take a flight in the morning from Mactan International Airport down into, I think, northwest Mindanao, where his brother lives and has a bit of a chicken ranch, I guess, does some farming down there. So I'm sure he's going to be putting up. I just checked his site, and I was looking forward to seeing some video from that trip. Anyway, I spent a few hours chatting with Bud and going to take you down by the E-Mall, what's called Elizabeth Mall or E-Mall, just half a block basically from the South Bus Terminal, and he is coming in there about 2 o'clock, and I'm going to go down there and wander around the mall a little bit and then pick him up, and we're going to head over to Mactan. He's got a Airbnb at a hotel not so far from the airport over there. So anyway, let's get going here. It's very interesting when we were in the taxi. Bud speaks some quite good Filipino. I think he speaks some Tagalog as well as Bisaya. And he was carrying on a conversation with the taxi driver. I've got just a little bit of that conversation. So he always surprises the Filipinos with his knowledge and skill of language, something he spends a lot of time studying. Now, I've been to E-Mall several times in the past. I didn't realize it was so close. I've always come in from a different direction, and I thought it was farther down into the downtown area. And this is the main street, Osmeña Boulevard, coming from the uptown area to the downtown area. And it's just basically one long block. It's up there just in the center of our screen right now, Elizabeth Mall, E-Mall, and then if you continue on this road about 1 block or less, you've got the South Bus Terminal on the left there. And E-Mall is an interesting place. Got some different levels with different things going on. Up on the top level, a lot of gadgets, electronics. If you need a phone repaired, laptop repaired, a lot of sales, that kind of thing. And this is something we often do here because you can't make a left-hand turn there. Drivers, this case a hobble driver, motorbike taxi, and there it is, E-Mall, Elizabeth Mall. They'll make a right-hand turn, do a U-turn, and get back in line for the direction that they want to go. They've also got a lot of fast food restaurants in there, clothing. Generally get down to this downtown area, things are a little bit cheaper, and I bought a number of things in the gadget stores. They're a little bit cheaper. Anyway, now I'm walking from the entrance of E-Mall, and I'm walking down the street, and what you're going to see is, and that is the ACT building. I believe it's an educational building. And we're going to walk down here. And what Filipinos do when they take trips, they buy their friends gifts. And a lot of times it will be the local delicacy or cookies, crackers, chocolates. Chocolates is a big gift type item, and you'll see little stands on the sidewalk here selling various things. The chicharron, pork rinds, little sweets, crackers, various things. Something I wasn't aware of also, there's another mall just outside, just right next to E-Mall, called City Mall. Many of the same restaurants and such as are in E-Mall. And anyway, I was wondering if they were affiliated in some way, same owners, just expanding to a more modern facility. And there again, you see the various snacks and things that you can buy. And you don't want to show up in the Philippines if you're meeting somebody without gifts. It's something that's expected in the Philippines. I went to China 20 years ago, also was expected there. So you want to bring gifts if you're meeting somebody. City Mall. And I didn't have time to go inside, check it out, but a mall is a mall is a mall, basically. One day I will check it out, though. Always good to know if there's some special, unique little restaurant or store in there. Bud took an air-conditioned bus on the way up, and like I've said too, I've learned my lesson. I have taken a few of the non-air-conditioned buses, and they've been interesting. But in the future, I will probably choose an air-conditioned bus. And the ride was about 6 hours, with about 30 minutes of that on a ferry from Negros over to Cebu. Is City Mall English? Speak English?
What?
You speak English?
Yeah.
Is City Mall the same as E Mall? Are they both the same?
Yeah.
Same company?
No.
Different. Two malls side by side.
Different franchise.
Different, but many of the same stores.
Yes.
Jollibee,
Same. Yes.
DIY, same stores in both of them. All right. We're good.
Blogger?
Yeah.
You're a blogger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Called Amazing Philippines, the name. I found it a bit unusual or strange, I guess, that two malls would be side by side like that. But you know, I've often said Cebu City is a small, big city, and really doesn't take you very long in most instances to get halfway across town anyway. So you're close. Several places I've lived very close to like 3 different malls. And it's not like in the big sprawling cities in the USA, other cities of the world that are really stretched out, like LA, Los Angeles, and all the suburbs are. It's about 100 miles, 160 kilometers across, or more than that, from the Riverside area, San Bernardino, all the way over to the coast and on up into the coastal cities there, or down into San Diego. And you'll find much the same thing with other malls. They're building just not so many blocks away. There's a new mall going up. And here's a good example of one of your non-air-conditioned buses. And I'll show you now. We're at the, I'm trying to figure out where the entrance is, and they keep flagging me down further this direction. And I will get in. One thing I wondered is whether I could get into the bus terminal, like you can't get into an airport terminal, basically, is still my understanding, without having a ticket on you to fly. And I thought maybe I'm not going to be able to get in to meet Bud, and I'll have to try to figure out where he is on the outside of the terminal. But I asked the security guard, and they've got turnstiles to use your ticket now. You buy the ticket, I'll show you. And turnstiles, I guess you put the ticket in there, and it opens. It unlocks the turnstile, and you go in one at a time. Anyway, I said, I'm here meeting somebody coming from Dumaguete. Can I go in and wait for him? And he allowed me in there, so appreciate that.
Huh?
He keeps flagging me. They keep flagging me down. I think in the past the entrance was further back the other direction. I think. Not absolutely positive. Wanted posters. You don't want to be there. You don't want your name listed there. Quite certain. So I found the entrance. Now they have a North Bus terminal as well, which is up by the SM Mall now. It has moved from the old location. Got a metal detector. which I think many of us always set off, whether we go and they've got them in malls and in some condominiums, hotels.
Station, ticketing counter.
So yeah, there's ticketing counter up there. You can buy your tickets. And then over to the right, there are turnstiles. You can see the turnstiles there. And anyway, he let me in there without using the turnstile. And some of the seating areas, and there is no air conditioning. A couple places they had a fan or two, but basically it was a hot day with little or no breeze, so it was hot and humid. But I sat there. I got there early, and not sure what all these terminals are for as well. Not sure. This is all new from when, a couple of years ago when I took a bus. 2.5 years ago, something like that. And all the different many different types of bus systems. And Cirrus is one of the big bus companies. And interesting story about that. There's been a fight within the ownership, within the family that owns that. One family would take over, another family would go into headquarters with a bunch of armed security guards and kick the others out, take over the property, and then it's been in the court system, I think, for a while. Not sure if that's all been settled out or not. But anyway, when you come to the bus terminal, you just start asking people, I've got this ticket, I'm going to such and such place. I suspect now that it used to be that you got on the bus and you bought your ticket from a guy on the bus. You paid for it on the bus. Apparently they don't do that anymore. I think if you catch a bus, because as you travel on a bus, you'll find the people standing on the side of the road in the city and outside of the city, flagging the various buses down, and they'll get on and purchase their ticket on the bus. So that is one of the options as well. You don't always have to go to the bus terminal, but that bus may be full if you don't go to the bus terminal. If you're standing, I've been on a bus where people have been flagging the bus down, and he's been in a hurry, or he's felt that he had enough passengers for whatever reason, going too fast. He didn't think it would be safe to stop. He did not pull over and pick up that passenger, in which case that person would have to wait for the next bus. Anyway, interesting place for sure. And you got a little bit of got some food stalls inside as well. I'm gonna talk to this girl just briefly here.
You're a blogger?
Yeah.
Tell your country that most of the people in the Philippines is beautiful.
Tell the people from my country, all Filipinos are beautiful. I agree, beautiful people. And there's Bud. I couldn't miss him. He was one of the first persons off the bus and got that beard. We're in the taxi now, and he's carrying on a conversation.
No, sa B&B, my hotel. Hotel, malapit sa
Airport.
Oh, sa Mactan.
Yung Mactan Airport, yeah.
Ito.
Anyway, I had a nice a couple hour chat with Bud at his hotel, and you got a pretty good rate on that. And neither of us were really interested in interviewing each other for a video, but I had a good chat. I have never met him before. And while we're here, I'll show you a little bit about E-Mall, Elizabeth Mall. Almost all malls have a pretty big grocery store inside. So you've got that. They've got hardware stores, as this does too. I think they have I think it was a Handyman brand of hardware stores, and then of course all your fast food places. And I'm not sure if they had any actual, I mean, these are sit-down restaurants as well, but fast food sit-down. I don't remember seeing any real, what you'd consider fast food, where you sit down and order food off of a menu. They may have had it. Dunkin' Donuts is real popular, as well as other breads and other donut shops, lots of those. type places. But quite a bit to choose from as far as foods. I had a friend's partner a few years ago started a couple sari sari stores, as well as sari sari store, like a very like a food stall basically on the street, and very limited, but they've got some of the basic stuff. And you get up to the third floor, you've got electronic stuff, and anyway, she started that, and then she started a bakery. And one of her relatives, I think, was a baker, so brought him in, and they do pretty good well with their bakery. Filipinos eat a lot of rice, a lot of bread, carbohydrates, and it's a story for another time. Healthy eating is a story for another time. But anyway, she was saying that yeah, she does really good business with her bakery. The Sari Sari stores hold their own. They sell a lot of Red Horse beer, which is, I think, what, a little higher potency, maybe 7%, something like that. They've even got a casino. I think there are 9 or 10 casinos in Cebu metropolitan area. There are some large ones, and there are some small ones, and the one here is small. Looks like they have, like they even had one-armed bandits in there. I'll show you that a little later. But yeah, they had a dental office there, gadget stores, shoe stores, huge shoe store there. You know, clothing and gadgets and all that sort of stuff. So I really appreciate the fact that these malls have grocery stores and hardware stores. I think it's 3 levels, and the third level they've got up here they've got a food court, and that's where a lot of your gadgets, your laptops, your karaoke equipment, lots of karaoke equipment, additional restaurants, and a lot of repair shops for phones. You know, I actually came up here. I wanted to buy. I found some gadgets, you know, electronic gadgets. Little red laser, quite some time back. Much less expensive than it was in many other places. A lot of the malls, they really marked that stuff up. But he was out of stock. Didn't carry the thing anymore. Just a toy, basically. And this is kind of the food court area. They've got seating, a couple different areas, so you won't go hungry unless you decide to. Pharmacies, there were a couple of pharmacies, at least a couple. I think Generic Pharmacy was one of them. Print Mall, you will find that banners are, walking down the street, you will find that banners are used to advertise house for rent, room for rent, desperately hiring, urgent hiring, Mr. DIY. These stores are expanding in the Philippines, at least in Cebu. And interesting stuff. You can get some relatively inexpensive stuff, and I've had pretty good luck with the quality as well. But interesting to just wander around and look. You never know what you're going to find anywhere. We're going to take a quick look at I wasn't able to go inside this place, the casino, but there it is up on the top floor. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you next time.